How you going? It's Ollie again. Interesting to see how this thing keeps going. You know, everyone's losing their rights to do anything. You know, everyone's getting punished now because some people went to the beach. So everyone's got to stay inside. All these social distancing rules that have come in. It's kind of odd how, you're told it's alright to do something and then you do it, so you get punished. It wasn't that long ago that the Prime Minister and other world leaders, not just him, but World Health Organization, the WHO, the Prime Minister of Australia, a whole bunch of others, Canadian Prime Minister, we've got it under control, nothing to worry about. Telling people here, the Prime Minister telling people, it's okay to go to a football game. It's okay to eat out and go and have a Chinese meal. It's okay to go to a concert because we've got it under control. Yeah. They looked you in the eyes and told you. They looked everybody in the eyes and told them that it's okay. They've got it under control. There's no need to avoid going out in public. There's no need to avoid public places. There's no need to avoid putting off that concert that you want to go to. We've got it under control. It's okay. That was only a couple of weeks ago. Within a couple of weeks, the whole world is locked down. It's like anyone with a brain could have figured that out, a couple months ago. Back in January, you could tell some serious shit was going down. It should have been locked down then. But no. You relied on your leaders to give you the truth, right? The public, who is owned, right? The public are owned. They're owned. You are property, okay? You're registered at birth to the state. You belong to the state. So now they're telling you what to do, and you're believing them. They've been lying to you your whole life. They've been lying to your parents. They've been lying to your grandparents. And they'll continue to lie. And then you've got the true Australian spirit coming through, that landlords and property managers and real estate agents, if you just lost your job, like hundreds of thousands of people just lost their jobs overnight, hospitality workers and all kinds of people who've never been a lot of them never been out of work before, all of a sudden find themselves out of work, and they can't pay their rent, and they're looking at being turfed out. This is coming from the real estate agents. Oh well, you're still tied to a lease in your lease agreement. So if you breach that, it will go ahead as accordingly. So you will get booted out in a pandemic. Because they haven't said it in concrete yet. They said, the federal government, we'll ban anyone from being evicted. Well, we'll see about that one. Okay, because you can't believe anything they say. You've got to see, the only thing that matters is action that they're taking. Because what they're saying, no, you can't believe what they say. Okay, you have to look at the actions being taken. Okay, that's the first sort of thing you got to do, is have a look at what they're doing and it's kind of, read through what they're saying. You kind of have to read between the lines what they're saying, okay? Because what they're saying is to just basically keep public order, okay? They're just saying stuff to maintain public order. That's it. Because we come out the other side of this, it's not going to be over once the pandemic subsides and everything seemingly goes back to normal. A lot of these restrictions that are in place will not be removed. Okay? And, I'm using my psychic powers here. I kind of predicted it. This is a pandemic 2 months ago. Everybody knew that. Anyone with a brain knew that. Now we're heading to full-blown pandemic, declared one, way too late. Way too late. And, if you listen to what they're saying, they're leading you down the, I suppose ignorance is bliss, right? Trust them. Trust them. They're going to tell you the truth. Yeah. It's pretty sad, if you ask me. People weren't smart enough to tell that they were being bullshitted to. But these people that are, they're not smart enough to figure out they're being bullshitted to. They can't figure out the situation for themselves. Yet they're probably all holding university degrees, but they can't think. They can't think because, part of the problem with university is basically a lot of these arts degrees and things. You're basically just giving the staff in the university, lecturers and that, you're just giving them the answers that they want a lot of the time. Like, they give you an essay or something to do. It's got X amount of words. You meet the word count. You can find information, do research, paraphrase, copy-paste, paraphrase, meet the word count and reference correctly, and you get your degree. No thinking, no thought needed. It's just, you just copy-paste, reference, copy-paste, reference, copy-paste, reference, diagram, reference, and that's your degree. So they're smart enough to do a great degree, but they're not smart enough to figure out that it's not a good time to travel. You got these people stuck in Peru during a pandemic. You're stuck in Peru. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? At least you can get fucking high on coke. Being two young chicks stuck in Peru during a pandemic and can't get out. I know what they're going to be selling to get by. 2 pesos, yeah? Little senoritas with 2 pesos got a little red light outside their fucking hotel room right now. I wouldn't want to be senoritas, foreign blonde senoritas stuck in Peru. You're going to be selling something to get by, okay? Your life has changed. And these, other people, they went on cruises. They're like, no, I'm still going. Just adamant, like, hey, there's a pandemic. Or, well, it hadn't been declared a pandemic yet. So they, no, I'm going, It's only a little virus, it's a little flu bug, It's nothing. Yeah, it just requires military intervention. Have you noticed how, like, everywhere there's military intervention? Every country's mobilised its military. For a flu. More lies. Okay. I can tell when I'm being lied to straight away, because I can see what's going on. because I grew up without fluoridated water. I grew up with fresh, clean water. It's one thing I did have. So, in a way, I suppose my upbringing was very, very tough. But maybe it prepared me for the future. Okay, I know how long I can go for without food. Okay, I'm aware. I know what I can take. I was already sort of conditioned for it as a boy, you know. So maybe I should be thankful for the scars on my back and the pain and hunger and, you know, the beatings and the hidings and shit that I copped as a kid. Maybe it's set me up for this future that we're going into. But I just wish that we had our rifles still. So I was too young to hide that rifle. Everyone grew up with guns. Growing up, I'm a big fan of being able to protect your own house from marauders, you know, pillagers. Nothing says fuck off better than a 12 gauge. You know, yeah, they won't hold this shit down. Okay, a couple of weeks ago in Hungary, people are going to get turfed out in the street during a pandemic. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be nasty. It's going to get very interesting. Yeah, very scary. You know, at least in the US, people have got, you know, the right to a firearm. So they got one up on us. You know, I got to resort to a fucking, you know, I went out and got myself a sledgehammer handle. You know, like I went out and got myself one of these sledgehammer handle. You know, that's just in case. You know, it's for a rainy day. But good thing I was pretty good with the old bayonet fighting back in the military. I can do a lot. With that. So you know, I'm pretty. I was well trained at hand to hand in the infantry, so I'm pretty good to go. I can do a lot of damage with this. You know, keep it simple, stupid, but everybody gets something. You know, get something. Someone said put some nails in the end of it, but no, no, it would probably crack. I wouldn't bang nails. It's not necessary. If I jab in the throat or the eye, no, I don't believe that a nail going through it would make much difference. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've got to resort to. This should be a 12 gauge. You know, I should be holding a 12 gauge, but it ain't. So next best thing, right? Yeah, so we'll have to resort to hand if it goes bad. Be prepared. That's all. Be prepared. Be ready. I'm always mentally ready for that kind of thing. But yep, interesting times. We're not going to go back again. We aren't going back to any sort of you know, the old idea of, you know, when I was a kid roaming free in the bush or in the fields in the country, or those times are coming to an end, or have come to an end. Social distancing and, you know, and all that kind of, you know, only so many people allowed out at once or whatever. You know, this is all it's only because of a virus. Okay, this kind of thing has been planned for a long time. Okay, this is why you've all had your guns taken off you, so you can't resist what's coming. Okay, this is the very reason why. I hope I'm wrong, but this is the very reason why in the West, a lot of the Western countries, you've had your guns taken off you. I mean, New Zealand, they just went for them after that shooting last year. But what has been going on, not just with the virus, but with the loss of civil liberties and basically been confined to your house and stuff. This has been planned for a long time, the loss of civil liberties and this virus. Because, I mean, if it's, because we were told that it was harmless, right? We were told the virus was harmless. It's just the flu, you know. What are we concerned about? If it's harmless, it's just a flu. Why all the let the you know, let the cookie crumble, you know, like, you know, let the chips fall where they may, you know. It's one way of looking at it, you know. It's because this virus it's not a regular virus, and they know this. They know it's come out of a lab. It was created. So there's obviously more of a response than normal, than what's usual. I mean, we've had other pandemics and outbreaks, and yeah, they never did this for HIV, did they? HIV's still a thing, you know. Why didn't HIV get everything shut down? You know, just a thought. What's, you know? I mean, everything didn't get locked down over HIV. They should have. They should have locked everything down for HIV and quarantined everybody that had it. And then, you know, have a nice facility, you know, have something nice, but where the people who have HIV were quarantined very early on when it was only a few cases. They could have isolated HIV globally. If all the everyone worked together to isolate people with HIV in one area, it would have eliminated HIV. But no. They had to let it out. This thing's been let out so that they can bring in these restrictions. Otherwise, why would they tell you one thing and do another? Oh, it's okay to go to a concert, okay to have a Chinese meal, it's all right to go to football, it's all right to hang out in big groups, we've got it under control. And then within a couple of weeks, they've taken everybody's rights away and you can't do anything. And you can't even restock your cupboards. You can't I cannot go down to the shop and buy enough food in one go to feed everybody. We've got to do it two separate shops. Or you know, I grab a trolley, and my wife grabs a trolley, and we both go and pay separately at two different checkouts because we just can't. I mean, 2 cans of this, 2 cans of that, 1 can of, like, restrictions of food. So they say there's no problem with the supply chain, but then if they've still got the limits, why are the shelves empty even though there's limitations on what people can buy? So the shelves are empty, but there's still limitations on what people can buy. So obviously there's a problem with the supply chain, whether or not they want to say so. Okay, they're lying to you. Okay, nothing they say adds up, and that doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless, and it's not factual. Okay, or it's, you know, it's loosely factual, like it's kind of the truth, you know, but it's not quite. There's something hidden behind it. There's more behind it, or something. Like, it's never the full from the heart, like, truth. Okay. And yeah, this is, yeah, Agenda 21. It's been coming for a long time. They've just used the virus as an excuse to remove your civil liberties, and without a big raiding everybody and locking them up and stuff. But then there's, at the same time, they're providing safety nets for everybody and putting everybody on welfare and that, and doing that side of it. So it's very odd things. It's a very strange set of circumstances, you know. I mean, they've been, you know, the unemployment allowance here in Australia, New Start, the dole, is like, it's meagre. It's less than 5% of the welfare budget goes towards the unemployed. Okay, the entire welfare budget, less than 5% of it is actually for the job seekers, for the unemployed people that are looking for a job. The rest is aged care, disability pension, and single parent pension. Those three take up 95% of the welfare budget. The meagre 5% goes towards the unemployed, and they've been getting $500 a fortnight, and it's way too low. It's been too low for a decade and a half more. It hasn't gone up, and all the welfare groups are like, oh, it should go up, and they were like, no, it shouldn't go up. And now they're doubling it all of a sudden. So there's something really strange going on. So there's less money coming in, but they're doubling the welfare. It's very strange. I'm not against them doing that because that money's just going to go into society anyway. So I'm not really against it, but there's ulterior motives, and they've relaxed all the requirements so that you can get paid without meeting all these mutual obligations, all the shit you have to do to get it. They're just sort of giving everyone this money, and it's very strange because the Australian government doesn't like to do that, especially with a conservative government equivalent to America's Republicans. It's like Donald Trump dishing out welfare. It's it's not really something you'd want to do, I imagine. So Scott Morrison doing this, I mean, it's going to be something that's being paid back for a very, very long time. We're never, ever getting out of the debt that's going to be created as a result. And with China, they're just like vultures. They're now just sort of what other companies, what other assets can we buy, and their foreign investment. They're just like vultures now, just trying to pick at the carcass that was the Australian economy and just buy. So that's another side of it. And all these Western countries are eating their own shit right now. They are eating their own shit. 30 years of this expansion of China and trade with China and China, and all your citizens within your own countries fucking losing out as a result of all these trade deals and things that are going on, and importing all these workers. Oh, we need all these foreign people. We need all these foreign people because they've got these jobs, and they've just been coming here and taking the regular labouring jobs and stuff. They've just been taking the low-paid jobs. You got all these foreigners with degrees taking all the low-paid jobs, like driving a bus and stuff. And it's like, well, there was no Australian that could drive a bus. I could never get a fucking job driving a bus. Even where it says, we'll train you, we'll train you, we'll train you in the appropriate license, we'll train you. I'm an Australian. I've applied for those jobs like driving a bus, but no. You meet someone who's fresh in from India, in the last couple of years, they get the job to drive the bus. So we've been had, okay? All the people in the West have been had, okay? Your governments have fucked you, okay? The governments have fucked you. There needs to be reverse immigration now. Anyone who's sort of come to the Western nations within the last 20 years needs to leave. Need to go home. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. You've overstayed your welcome as far as I'm concerned. My family's been here since 1843. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the state of the country. I'm not happy with the way it's gone, and how Aussies are given less preference for employment than people have been gotten here within the last 2 years. They're given preference. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There's been a disadvantage if you're an Australian. Okay? If you're an Aussie, you're at a massive disadvantage when it comes to the job market for the regular jobs. If you've got connections and things, that's what all it relies on. Connections and you're highly qualified, then you're okay. But for regular people, the immigration policies, especially the last 2 decades, has been very, very damaging. And like those and I'm not being, I don't care what colour people are, like there was the Irish, I was thinking about the Irish doctors and nurses suddenly left and went back to Ireland because they wanted to go and help Ireland. You've been here, you've come from Ireland, and Irish people are white, and my ancestry goes back to Northern Ireland, so you're one of my lines, Northern Ireland, Kilpatrick's. But if you've come here, okay, you Irish, you've come here. I'm not entitled to any other passport, so fuck it. I'm an Aussie. You've come here and taken the cream, the Irish, doctors and nurses, and then we go into a crisis, you leave us and you go back. Don't fucking come back. Okay? If you fucking come here as a doctor and a nurse from another country and you fucking left us when there's a crisis, you've been here when the times are good, everything's going fine, and you fucking left us when there's a crisis, you've taken the cream for the last 10 years, 20 years, and then you fuck off back to Ireland, don't fucking come back. Don't fucking come back. Okay? I can't go anywhere else. I haven't got another passport. I can't fucking go and live in another country. Okay? Because I'm not a refugee. I'm not a Muslim refugee. I haven't got any fucking, I haven't got Justin Trudeau trying to fucking sponsor me or something, I'm the wrong fucking breed or something to migrate to anywhere because I haven't got a fucking master's degree or something. But you people that have done this, that pissed me off when I read that. That really pissed me off. You've been here taking the cream. You're here sucking it while it's good. As soon as there's a fucking problem, you fuck off back to Ireland. Well, don't come back. Okay, and that's coming from a real fucking Aussie, a real Aussie. Okay, a real Aussie. I'm telling you not to come back. It's got nothing to do with skin colour. That's a dog. You're a fucking dog for doing that. Okay, because these people, we need you here now where there's a fucking crisis. Don't just come here when it's good and then fuck off. Okay? Got no loyalty to here. You're here just to fucking take the cream. Well, fuck off. The cream's gone sour. Okay? The cream's gone sour. Don't come back. Okay? It might sound nasty, but I'm fucking over it. This country's being fucking used and bled. Okay? It's being fucking bled. So yeah. I'm annoyed. I'm allowed to fucking say it. I actually care about Australia. I care about the country. Okay? And I'm not what you think. Anyway. People make their assumptions. Make their assumptions. I won't say what group I belong to, but yeah, that annoyed me a lot. Anyway, just a rant, I suppose. A rant. But, yeah, hope everybody's okay. And see you on the other side. Might repost in a few days, but yeah, crazy times, guys. Life will not go back to what it was. And I think reverse immigration is something that needs to be strongly considered after this is over. Just saying. I don't care where you're from. I think it's time to go home. Are you from Ireland, UK? You're from fucking Africa or wherever you're from? I don't care. China, especially China. Any of these other places where the whole passports to other places. Time to go. Okay? We don't need you anymore. Okay? Just going to say it. We don't need you anymore. Time to go. Catch ya.